So PewDiePie, of all people, released a bit of a rant recently, and it's something I think I need to balk about. So the king of YouTube himself decided to continue his train of calling out problems on YouTube recently and released a rant aimed at other YouTubers. Phil DeFranco, which I usually love, actually tried to respond to this by releasing a single 4-minute disjointed sentence that actually bounced between 12 different topics and didn't really make a point. Boogie2988, which I also watched, released a response to it, and he seemed to mostly agree with it. So since nobody is taking up the issue, nobody's willing to say it, I'll just say it. What PewDiePie said was full of shit. Now, before you take the short bus to Rage Town and start going bug shit all up on my ass, I'm just gonna say this right out. I don't hate PewDiePie. I watch his videos sometimes, and there is a good portion of them that I do like. I respect what he does and the work that he puts into it. But even someone you like and respect can be full of shit sometimes, and in this particular video, he's more full of shit than a Polish outhouse at a fucking Ren fair. So I hate to be the one to pull your head out of your ass and show it to you, Pewds, but somebody's got to do it.
This video is going to be a little different. It's going to be about forced positivity. Something that I've learned now after a couple years is that forced positivity is something that I really hate.
So by forced positivity, what we're talking about here is YouTubers that put on a fake smile sometimes. And he is right, this does happen a lot, all over YouTube. I mean, you can't possibly think that every gamer or vlogger that you watch never has a bad fucking day. Sometimes they smile and pretend to have fun even though their pet amoeba just fucking died. Or they just accidentally shit their good church pants and they're faced with the grim reality that they're going to the 9th level of hell the moment they die. Sure, this does happen. Sometimes when you're watching a YouTuber who appears to be happy, he might actually be feeling like complete shit.
Forcing positivity is fucking exhausting. What would happen was that I would play the game and be like, yeah, first game. Immediately as I hit the stop recording button, I would just be in a shitty mood, you know? Because I didn't have fun at all. It's extremely soul-crushing to do that, to keep that up for a longer time.
Oh my holy god. Position open, YouTuber, no experience needed. Requirements? Sometimes smiling when you don't feel like it. Salary $12 million a year. And that's not fucking good enough. That's not fucking good enough for you. Fuck me. Reality check for Mr. Pie. Everyone has to put on a fake smile and walk into a soul-crushing job every fucking day. Maybe he thought people were just fucking delighted to wake up in the morning, drive to work, and spend 8 to 10 hours a day swiping cigarettes and packs of condoms across a fucking scanner, or standing in front of a grill full of fake meat making half of what they need to pay their fucking bills. But newsflash, they fucking don't. This is their reality. This is how it is for them because they don't have a fucking choice. And when they come home from that reality at night and they're feeling like shit, they turn to us. They turn to people like PewDiePie and their favorite YouTubers just to get a little bit of a smile, you know, to get a little bit of a boost. That's what we're here for, isn't it? To try and help make people just feel a little bit happier. I don't think it's too much to put on a smile when you don't necessarily feel like it, to make 50 million people feel just a little bit better about a shitty day they're having. The fact is, Pewds is really fucking lucky. He gets to do whatever the fuck he wants and he gets paid for it. And that's something I think he's severely not comprehending about himself. He's never had to deal with the bullshit that his viewers will have to go through all of their lives. So there's no way he can possibly relate to them. And it turns out, it turns out seeming like he just doesn't care. I mean, think about it. If you're standing in front of somebody who would have a much better day, if you just smiled at them, and you can't be bothered to do that, then you can't really give a shit about that person, can you? But it's not just about PewDiePie. He's finished forcing himself to be positive in his videos, and you know what? Hey, that's his choice. It's his channels, and they're his videos, and if that's the decision that he's made, I respect that. I've got to respect that. However, he then goes on to say that every YouTuber that puts on a positive attitude when they don't necessarily feel positive is a predatory scumbag.
And when I see other people, other YouTubers forcing positivity, it's so transparent to me what they're doing. It doesn't bother me that the fact that people are doing it. I think it's just knowing why they're doing it. They're forcing positivity to get views on YouTube. But seeing YouTubers force positivity, it doesn't just bother me for their dishonesty. It bothers me because they're preying on people who are already weak.
So what he's saying here is that people who are feeling unhappy and looking for positivity are weak. We're in a culture right now where being depressed and being a victim is glorified and glamorized, especially among younger people. There is a metric fuck ton of teenagers out there who would be more than happy to sit and wallow in whatever misery they can possibly find. And he's telling 50 million of those teenagers that the people who are trying to lift themselves out of that and find some positivity are weak. Now remember, kids, if you're feeling shitty, never do anything to change that. Seeking positivity in order to make you feel better is weak. The real strength is in embracing your unhappiness. Nice. Yeah, that's way to be a fabulous cultural icon there. If other people are watching someone else be positive, whether it's fake or not, if it makes them happier, then there's no harm in that.
And I know what you're thinking. Well, if other people are watching someone else being positive, whether it's fake or not, if it makes them happier, then there's no harm in that, right? No.
Fuck! Well, okay, maybe I'm wrong. I could totally be wrong. My mind is open now. Educate me, PewDiePie, on why it's harmful to fake being positive in order to inspire other people to be happy.
A Harvard psychologist explains why forcing positive thinking won't make you happy. A lot of our cultural dialogue is fundamentally avoidant. So people will just say things like, just be positive and things will be fine. The tyranny of positivity was what a friend of mine called it. She recently died of cancer, and what she meant was if being in remission was just a matter of positive thinking, then all her friends in her breast cancer support group would be alive today. By sending out the message that our thoughts are responsible for creating our health, well-being, and reality, we are overvaluing the power of our thoughts while making people feel culpable when something bad happens to them. So forcing positive thinking is not so great, is it?
What? That's probably the worst argument for something since a caveman somewhere thought wheels should be fucking triangular. First, when did it go from it's wrong to fake being positive to it's wrong to force others to think positively? Faking being positive yourself and forcing other people to think positively are about as different as car engines and elk shit. It's not even the same argument. It's like saying using public transportation is wrong because golf balls don't fit in my dick. They have nothing to do with each other. And secondly, this is a section of article that explains that positive thinking won't cure cancer? What? This article has about as much use in the argument as a penguin has for a Jesus-shaped butt plug. I don't understand. He's saying that faking a smile for an audience is bad because it doesn't cure cancer? What? I don't even know. I mean, water won't cure cancer. Is that bad too? Neither will food and air. Do we need to get rid of those? Water, food, and air can actually cause cancer. In fact, of all the things in this universe that cause cancer, faking positivity is one of the very few things that is guaranteed not to. But it is bad because it doesn't cure it? What am I missing? It's like watching a chimpanzee try to use a typewriter. By sending out the message that our thoughts are responsible for creating our health, well-being, and reality, we are overvaluing the power of our thoughts. But nobody is sending that message. A YouTube gamer cheerfully playing a game who actually feels like crap is not sending out the message to people that their thoughts are responsible for their health. It's almost like you just threw this article in so it made it seem like you did research. People are not coming to YouTube thinking it's going to cure their cancer. They're not sitting in front of Casey Neistat and Jack fucking Septiceye waiting for their tumors to melt away and then being sad when they don't. This just isn't the case. His point isn't based anywhere in reality.
I'm not telling you don't go and be happy, and I'm not going to pretend like I know what will make anyone happy if you want to be happy.
Hey, think, McFly, think. That is exactly what you're saying. You're telling the equivalent of the population of South fucking Korea that if they're feeling depressed, then just go with it, because trying to feel happy when you're unhappy is weak. And in addition, you're also telling people that it's wrong to try and help other people feel happy if you don't feel positive yourself. And as much as I respect you and I enjoy a good portion of your content, This particular sermon of yours is a big bag of boxes of piles of horse shit.
And seeing YouTubers applying the same thing for their personal gain, I think it's kind of gross. And I just wanted to give my 2 cents on it.
Well, here's your change, bitch, because 2 whole cents is a lot more valuable than this particular opinion. Okay, I'm being completely serious here. I'm not saying this to be mean. But your problem, PewDiePie, is not forced positivity. Your problem is you're spoiled. You're a 27-year-old kid with tens of millions of dollars that you got from playing video games and shaking your dick around in front of a camera. And that's not bad. I'm not saying that that's bad or that you're a rotten person for that. I don't believe that. But the fact is, it puts you at a distance. I mean, psychologically, it's perfectly understandable and maybe even inevitable that you become so jaded that you don't give a fuck. No matter what you do, millions of people are gonna call you a fuckwit, and the other millions of people are going to praise you like a god. If you get enough of that for a long period of time, then it's going to feel like no matter what you do, it's fucking pointless. And I get that. I really do. If you get the same reaction from people no matter what you do, then eventually what's the point in giving a shit? You just ring the YouTube bell at this point and take the money. But what you need to understand, PewDiePie, is that living in a situation like this puts you at a distance from reality. And just because you faked positivity to get views doesn't mean that every YouTuber who's faking positivity is doing it for the same reason that you did. Do I fake positivity sometimes? Yes, I do. But I don't do it for views. In fact, I have no clue where you're getting this idea that positive videos get more views. I get the most views. I get my most staggering amount of views when I'm being negative. I fake positivity because I know that if I'm having a shitty day, then maybe I can help stop 1,000 other people from having the same shitty day. I put on a smile when I'm sad sometimes because I know that maybe it could stop other people from feeling sad. I've had absolutely tragic events in my life and then had to turn around and step right on stage live and make people laugh. Do you think I felt like doing that? Of course I didn't, but I did it anyway because I knew that if there was anything that good that could come out of the pain that I was feeling, it would be that I could make a few thousand people in front of me laugh. It's a sacrifice that I make sometimes, and I am proud and happy to make it because what it boils down to is I actually give a shit. I give a shit about the people who are watching me, why they're watching me, and how they feel. And sometimes if I can't feel happy at the time, at least I can make other people feel happy. So PewDiePie, I understand if at this point you just can't care anymore. I mean, with the life you've had, I don't know, maybe I would even feel the same as you do right now in your situation. But don't come down on other YouTubers for giving at least half a flying fuck about the people who are watching them and how they feel. It's not your job to tell people that they should be as cynical and jaded as you are. Now, you have absolutely every right to express your opinion. I appreciate you for doing that. A lot of your opinions I very much agree with, and I think they're really on point and helpful. I would defend your right to speak to the death, but in this particular case, I must wholeheartedly fucking disagree with you. That's about all I have to say about this issue. Hope you'll all be around for the next Bird Box. Have an awesome day, and we will talk again soon.